Alright, we're going cold and dark out of Atlanta to LGA this morning. This isn't really an instructional flight. I think I just I'll let you review it as I go, but it's primarily, for me, it's repetition. I just started flying this model and recently. I've had it for a while, and so I'm gonna see if I can get comfortable, get my muscle memory on all the steps for this aircraft. I really do like it. E-175 is it's beyond like an amazing aircraft. They did a really good job on it. I've flown several places on it. I've flown from LGA to Greensboro to Miami, Miami back to Greensboro, and it's a really good aircraft. So we'll walk through here. Right, cold and dark. Let's go ahead and start the GPU. Let's attach the jetway. It may not let me at this particular location. Let me try it. Let's see. No, it won't on this one. It's just some of the Nimbus jetways at Atlanta, but it's not all of them. It's just some of them that will not work. Let's get cargo going. And for weight and balance here, my sim brief is already loaded, so let's get sim brief loaded here. KATL, KLGA, our payload about 13,000 pounds. Our block fuel is 10,000 pounds. And when I load the plane, you're going to notice a little bit of a shift in the weight because it loads instantly. Saw that. Okay. Alright, so that's loaded. Let's go up to the upper panel, which by the way is a lot simpler than the Boeing or the Airbus, really, when you look at it. We're going to hit GPU. Batteries are coming up. Fuel settings are all to auto, and that's fine. Emergency lights on sterile cockpit, and seat belts. Fire test, that's good. Logo light is on and inspection light is on, so we can look outside. Hydraulics, electric pump A set to on for system 3. I'm not sure what that does, and I've been researching more. There's a pilot out there that knows, please let me know. Okay, let's go outside. I'm gonna need to be sure those come off. I don't really need the engine covers on ever, for me personally. And I haven't found a default setting just to make them not come on. So take a look here at the plane. It's a nice looking livery and a nice looking jet, the Embraer E-175. Notice lights are not on yet, so the cabin lighting is right here, inside of the cabin. Get that lighting up. And engine covers definitely off there. If you have to wonder what the Q&H is from where we are, I'm going to show you something. I can find it here. I do like this feature to be able to do what I'm doing right now. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and set something here, which is our altitude is going to be on 10,000. So 10,000, so transition altitude will be taken off. Get the speed, V speed, or not V speed, or yeah, our speed shortly here. Put you away for now. By the way, to click, see how that works. So if you click on the screen there, go on and off. Under map, by the way, see where it says weather is off? I can go to weather here and cut that back on. Alright. Brian, so we're under sterile cockpit. Let's go ahead and get our IFR clearance to LGA.
I'll handle the IFR clearance request.
Okay. KTL to K.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 490. We're looking to pick up our IFR clearance, and we have Tango.
Clearance on request, you're number 1. Delta 490, Atlanta clearance, clear to LaGuardia via the Jack 2 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6 squawk 6256. Expect runway 9er left.
Okay, let's activate that. We're going out of runway 9er left. on Jack 2 departure. Kellen's the transition. We're going to apply that, activate, and arrival will be on 2-2 ILS. There is no approach transition. They're going to be telling us what to do most of the way. Hate that. Okay. I don't know. We do have a star. We have Proud 2. Okay, Proud 2 and Hertz. Okay. Let's activate that. Let's go to our flight plan. Let's get a bigger view there, about right there. Okay. I think next here should take us to the next one, so let's walk through this. No, it doesn't. Oh, waypoint. There we go. Okay. Okay. Waypoint center. Okay. So I'm walking through these waypoints. We're up to Jack. Jack 2, Jack. Kellen. Just need a bit different view. Spread that out. Okay.
Good morning, Atlanta. Clearance, American 2450 with information
And
Tango.
then you got vectors.
Ready to copy IFR clearance to LaGuardia. Cleared to LaGuardia via Jack 2 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000, expect 310, 10 after departure. Departure 121,225, squawk 3525, American 2450.
American 2450, read back correct.
It's got here this as assigned vectors right after Proud. I am taking that out, I think. I'm going to go to Yeoman. I'm taking Yeoman, and then I'm going back one. And you see where it says vectors? I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to activate that. Okay. And that way it takes out the discontinuity arm. And if they want to vector me, they can, but I can't get back on course. Okay, right. Performance. I don't put anything in the alternate fuel there, this spot here, all for page 1. Just want to go to page 2. Our cruise altitude is 35,000. Double checking our cruise altitude just because I sometimes assume and make a fool of myself. Right. Read now. Yeah, flight level is 350. Top of climb winds is 270 at 76 knots. Okay, good. So so cruise wind. So here that is correct. 3,000. This winds are 270 at 76. Center of gravity comes from over here. center gravity 17.7. And our zero fuel weight to take off center of gravity, zero fuel weight is 60,600.
Clear to Fort Lauderdale due to Milk 3, Wallet, TQ3 departure, then it's filed. We'll maintain 3,000.
Page 3.
Departure on 121.225.
Our descent speed here, where it says 280,
runway 26
I'm
right.
going to move that to
JetBlue
250.
JetBlue 467, read back correct.
Cleared to New Orleans via the Pounce 2 departure, then Sparkline, maintain 10,000, expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure on 146, squawk 6156, and we'll expect runway 8 right, Delta 3128.
Given state 1147, ready to copy IFR cleared to Chicago. We're here.
Alright, our winds at takeoff are come in from 075 at 5 mild, so just mild moderate winds. Our temp is 12 and QNH is 290.81. Our takeoff weight is 71,430. We're computing that. This tells us that we need to go off at thrust T0-1 at F1 flaps 1. So we're going to switch that to flaps 1. Flex takeoff. Oh, that looks good. FMS. And by the way, I can send this now to the FMS. And let me enter this again. 075 and 5. Conditions are wet. I'll say contaminated right now. Flaps need to be at 1 according to my information here, so I put flaps 1. And you see where none of this information is populated. If I go to download here, DLK, I can load those settings. Now all that information is loaded.
Bamboo 286 cleared to Fayetteville Regional Airport via the Gary to departure then as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Departure frequency 121.225, squawk 4571.
Fayetteville Regional Airport via the Gary to departure then by climb and maintain 8,000. Departure frequency 121.225, squawk 4571, and 228.
And I'm going to put the VFS speed right here. I could put the V2 speed. I think I would rather put the VFS speed. Just have VFS speed in that setting right there. I'm sure there's a most correct way to do it, but that's just where I'm going to leave it. Okay. Right. those out of the way. That one's not in my way at all. I think that would be great, and I'm very excited about this year, and you don't know how much I appreciate you, and it's going to be awesome to have you helping me. Alright, so, alright, you just heard the pastor talking to the deacon. Sorry, guys. I just looked down and I saw 4 watching. Alright, okay, alright, so, I got a new chairman of deacons, okay? Any of y'all that may know what that is. Alright, everything's set, by the way, and where I'm going to go ahead, I'm using Say Intentions for our ATC, and also I'm gonna lean on Brian so I can focus on flying. And Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
I'm in charge of comms now.
And would you get our pushback and start clearance?
Requesting pushback clearance now.
Right, everything, we've already gone through everything. Everything looks good on our flight plan.
Requesting pushback clearance for Delta 490. We have Tango.
Delta 490, pushback approved.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
American 1135 requesting IFR clearance to St. Louis.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Anybody know the old saying, you can't see 2 feet in front of your face?
Atlanta ground, this is American 1135 requesting engine start and pushback.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
I really can't even see the lines unless I really get down on it here. Yeah.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Normally I like using Traffic Global, and I've got something to say about that today. I'm running Intel i9 processor, 64 gigs of the fastest RAM, T-Force RAM I can get my hands on. My system's less than a year and a half old, and I have an NVIDIA RTX 4070 graphics card, and so I don't think anything's wrong there. When it comes to Traffic Global, different things, I still
okay. All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Have it pop out sometime or like bug out and crash. And it's aggravating, you know. What can you say? And then what I'll do is I'll go and pull Traffic Global out of the plugins, and then I go back in and it works fine. So I'm not sure what to say. I've used World Traffic Global, but World Traffic Global's AI is not real smart, and they'll kind of clog up the runway or clog up the taxiway, so I don't use that as much. So at this flight we don't have any additional
so connected
traffic
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, very complicated engine start here. You gotta watch this, guys. Uh-oh. And I just made a boo-boo. When we pulled away, I hadn't started the APU.
Hey. Quit blinding me with your taxi light. Turn it off.
Okay, I did. Sorry. When we pulled away, I was on GPU, and I had not started the APU. Normally I do that pretty quick, but I hadn't.
Southwest 4464, ready for pushback and start.
Southwest 4464, Atlanta ground, pushback and start approved. Tail south.
Southwest 4464, ready to taxi.
Southwest 4464, Atlanta ground, pushback and start approved. Tail south.
And let's go to electrical. And you see here we're on APU now. Okay. Now to start, I've got my power plant here. We're going to go to the engine 2 start.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
And I'm waiting for it to roll up. There we go. I'm a doofus. I'm such a doofus. I do better. The ground services, I just got to knock that off right there. I didn't know that it would let the GPU just roll along with me. Alright, that's why we never lost power completely though. Okay. Right. Start on engine 1. Coming up. Why did I not take off the ground objects? Let me see. No, I did. It's going to suck in that cone if I don't watch out.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
We can make your flight more enjoyable. Please let us know. We will be airborne shortly.
The cabin audio, that's built into the E-Jet.
Flight Sure.
Brian, let's do a takeoff briefing. Go ahead.
The tug is already disconnected.
We'll be departing from runway 9 or left. We'll be flying the Jack 2 departure with an initial climb clearance to 10,000 feet. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 6256, and departure frequency will be 124.6. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Right, flaps are set at 1 here for takeoff. I don't set the auto brake until I'm ready to take off because it's so sensitive. It immediately like engages or disables or something. So okay, Brian, would you get our taxi clearance to runway 9 left?
Requesting taxi clearance to runway 9 or left now.
Atlanta ground, Delta 490, ready to taxi to runway 9 or left. We have Tango and Information Quebec.
Delta 490, runway 9 or left, taxi via 2 Southwest, Lima 4, Mike 2.
Runway 9 or left, 2 Southwest, Lima 4, Mike 2, Delta 490.
Welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 490, departing from the beautiful country of Atlantis and heading to the magical land of Narnia. Our estimated flight time is about 102 minutes, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Now, I need everyone to pay close attention to our upcoming safety demonstration. I know, you've seen it a million times, but trust me, it's super important even for all you frequent flyers out there. First up, let's talk about seatbelts. To fasten your seatbelt, simply slide the metal end into the buckle until you hear a click.
Frontier Flight
To
1168,
adjust,
contact
pull the
tower
strap, and to
119.1.
unbuckle, just lift the buckle.
Ground Delta
Remember,
1912,
your seatbelt must be
request
fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on, which is
Lima
basically
Golf
all the
Heavy,
time,
request taxi runway 27 right.
Next, please return your
Left
seat
hand to
backs
cargo
and
7
tray
Lima Golf
tables
Heavy,
to the
push and start
upright
approved,
position,
tail west.
and make sure those window blinds are open for takeoff and landing. Oh, and don't forget about your electronic devices. All mobile phones and gadgets need to be set to flight mode. Laptops should be stowed securely during takeoff and landing. And just a reminder, smoking and using e-cigarettes is a no-go anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Seriously, folks, it's a big no-no. In case of an emergency, oxygen
Delta 490,
masks
contact
should
tower
be
on
down.
119.1, safe flight.
Just pull the mask firmly.
Switching to tower on 119.1, Delta 490.
Don't forget to secure your own mask before helping others. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. You'll find your life vest located under your seat or between the seats. To put it on, just slip it over your head.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 490. Good morning, holding short 9 or left, ready for departure.
And yes, we have special life vests for the little ones too. If we need to evacuate...
Delta 490, Atlanta Tower, runway 9 or left, wind 030 at 7. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, landing lights are on. Okay, and here's
Runway 9 or left,
chronometer.
runway heading, cleared for takeoff, Delta 490.
They put the chronometer on the yoke, which I thought was kind of cool. Okay, so anyway,
And
click
remember
on
to follow all safety instructions from the crew immediately. Oh, and if any of your devices start to feel hot or catch fire, please let us know right away. Seriously, we don't need any surprises. Before we wrap this up, don't forget to check out the safety information card in your seat pocket. It's got all the details you need. Thanks for your attention, everyone. Follow me on Instagram at @SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land. Let's make this flight fabulous.
Alright, we're set here, 190 knots and 10,000 initial climb altitude. Okay. And we're entering the active runway. We can't see 2 feet in front of our face. An old English saying there. I'm going to now hit the auto throttle. That brings up on this screen here, that brings up takeoff right here, takeoff. Press the...
Delta 419, contact departure.
Forward 9, contacting departure.
Forward pressure on yoke. Keeping it centered.
1. Rotate V2.
Rotating. Positive rate. 0.
Delta 490, contact departure on 124.6.
Switching to departure on 124.6, Delta 490. Atlanta approach, Delta 490. Good morning, climbing through 2000.
Delta 490, Atlanta approach, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000 direct jack.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct jack, Delta 490.
And I have switched this over from manual to FMS and VNAV. So now we're on our VNAV climb according to our
Delta
flight
490, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, Delta 490.
And I'm changing it right here. I could change it over here on our altitude, but I'm changing it here just because I can. Monitoring our climb out. Flaps are set to retracted. And trust your instruments because you can't see anything. You've got no point of reference other than instruments right now.
Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Roger, up to 280, Delta 30 Heavy.
Delta 30 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Up to 330, Delta 30 Heavy.
Let's see, look at our plan here. I'm gonna give that a little space, okay? Weather is active. Getting near 10,000 and we cut my landing lights off.
Delta 490, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Delta 490.
270.
Dear guests, the lavatories are now available for your convenience. You can also use your approved electronic devices, but remember to keep them in flight mode, okay? Cabin service will begin shortly, so sit tight and get ready for some delicious snacks. Follow me on Instagram at SI_. Leave a comment after the plan.
Details on this offer are available inside the application, and it only takes minutes to apply. In a few minutes, I will be serving a variety of complimentary drinks. Wine, craft beer, alcoholic beverages, as well as snack boxes are available for purchase. The menu, which lists all details, is in the back of the Sky magazine located in your seat pocket. You may now use your portable electronic devices, so sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Delta 490, contact Atlanta approach on 126.975.
Switching to Atlanta approach on 126.975, Delta 490. Atlanta approach Delta 490. Good morning, 13,000 for flight level 270.
Did you catch what I missed on takeoff? I did not have RTO set. I usually wait until last
Atlanta
second.
approach, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Obviously it wasn't an issue.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Delta 490.
Matthew, have you flown the E-175 here? Have you, or do you have this one? This is the Payware E-175 by Xcraft.
300. Citation 0, Mike Papa, contact Atlanta Center on 120.425. 120.425, 0, Mike Papa.
Delta 490, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, Delta 490.
Got it.
Delta 490, contact Atlanta Center on 120.425.
And welcome aboard.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 120.425, Delta
Green
490.
potato. Green potato. I will not forget that. As you see, we're in the lovely Xcraft E-175. This is the Payware edition.
Atlanta Center, Delta
Has a few
490.
features.
Good morning, climbing through 17,000 for flight level 330.
And it's
Delta
still
490, Atlanta Center, good morning, Jersey, altimeter 2984.
because you it's not a simple N1 hit, so you've got to kind of follow the steps. So as much as it's like an easier, more automated aircraft, I'm not sure. There's still some steps you got to really watch. And I was reminded by a American Airlines E-175 pilot that for every automated feature in this aircraft, that there is a manual way to do it. So nothing's really completely automated. Right, we just reached standard altitude, 18,000.
Delta 490, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Delta 490.
350. Good. Here's one of my favorite features, though. I like on the Horizon. It does allow for you to like make changes with your pointer. Would not be surprised if that's in some aircraft. So like right now, like we're on FMS control right now, but if I could change the speed, I could do it with this, and then my altitude, of course, I could change just with a simple click of my mouse. That goes for Q&A, like Q&H. If I wanted to change the altimeter, I can change it with this. Let me change my heading, like heading bug? Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, green potato. I might be able to fix that. Let me see here. ATC is a little bit rude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Show you. Let's see what we can do about that. See that overall volume. So I can cut him back a little. We'll see if we can adjust that. Actually, I can cut back effects a little bit. That'll reduce the chatter volume. Okay. Okay. We'll see if that helps. Okay. And thank you, green potato. Yeah, I think that is, I can change the volume levels in the, inside of ATC, of the ATC, or say Intentions, and see if we can fix that. Something on this stream that I'm using is there's something called a stream kit for say Intentions, and I didn't know exactly what it did, but it's from what I understand, it's a bot, and in some cases, even when I get down to like on my flight, my glide path to land, it will start counting down the like the 50, 40, 30, or do something like that. It'll actually count down the distance to the runway, but I'll also interject some stuff. Oh, we all do, green potato. We all usually you can actually make one for each aircraft, all depending, but I don't know. For me, I will usually stick to 1 to 2 to 3 aircrafts, and I have like an individual profile set up for each one of those, and I'll fly those for quite a bit of time before I switch over to another one. So yeah, try to map those out. I think that's what's nice about the E-175. It's actually like, you know, when you're talking about mappings, but to be able to pop out something like this and to change your flight level or different things with a mouse, it's kind of nice. Kind of makes it easier. Okay, so I'm a simple man. There's another feature I like on this aircraft, which is trying to find where to change the cabin lights, like if it's a nighttime flight. And if I go back here, I've got a button set for this, but I'm in the cabin. But all of the buttons are set here. Your climate control, all that's right here. And coffee, of course, and coffee. So we're going to KLGA. So we'll go pull that up. And we'll be coming in on 22 left, or 22, not left, 22. At a mean scene level of about 12 feet. 7,000 foot, 7,000 feet is all the runway is, but for landing it's fine. And let's see if we got, we don't have anything for approach for me. Okay. Don't like you either. I thought they would have more for approach there, but evidently they don't. Yeah, it's nice. That's kind of a nice feature. All right, have a good day, green potato. Have a good day.
Atlanta Center citation 376 Alpha Bravo, flight level 450.
Citation 376 Alpha Bravo, Atlanta Center. Good morning.
Hello, this is Romeo Kilo, 17,000 on in 1 arrival.
Vision 4 Romeo Kilo, Atlanta Center. Contact Atlanta approach on 124.6.
Having some issues right now on the keyboard, so we'll fix it. Usually it's related to you. Let's see if I can figure out what it is. That's exactly what it is. If that's like my keyboard stopped working, and it's from this. It's like it doesn't disconnect. Works. Okay. Shot of the clouds. Wow, that's really good. There's something else I did not do on takeoff, and I got out of my workflow on checklist. You know what it was? I didn't turn the APU off. And we're now at cruise altitude, flight level. Start speeding up a little here. Checking our location. So now we're on basically what would equate to the highway between here and Hertz. And kind of longest part of this journey.
We've reached our cruise level, and the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. You're in for a treat with our delicious complimentary Biscoff cookies and refreshing Coca-Cola beverages. Yum! After the service, don't forget to check out some fabulous items from the Delta shop that will be available for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land.
Georgina's always shamelessly plugging herself in here. Nice little sky contrast there. I added the winglets. Winglets are supposed to help with your gas mileage, your fuel mileage. I also have the E-195 of this model here, but I don't know if it's going to be much different. I mean, it holds more people, holds a few more people, but I don't know how different it is. Look at the engines. In good shape. All right, get a look at the outside livery again. I use the ABC plugin that I got from the forum, and it was free.
Atlanta Center, United 2676 is with you at flight level 370. United 2676, Atlanta Center, radar contact continuous.
Somebody made the comment that the engines seem to spool a little bit more so. Like, look. But I've flown about 2,600 miles in this particular aircraft as a passenger the last 45 days, and it does that. It actually does that. It's nothing alarming. It's different. You know. Very smooth ride though, and it does definitely feel more like a sports car ride than like a big 787 Dreamliner ride. Brian, what's our speed in miles per hour and knots?
Our speed is 455 knots, which is approximately 524 miles per hour.
Okay. Let's look around a minute. Let's get up. Stretch our feet. I wonder if you can do the lights in the back of the cabin too. I bet you can. That makes sense if you could. Like a backup, you know, if something happened. Yep, there's the lavatory, and yeah, sure as the world. Of course they would. You can control the lights back here too. Okay. Yep, works. Panel works. Control the climate, the plane.
Delta 490, contact Atlanta Center on 133.15.
Contacting Atlanta Center
Hey,
on
Captain Steve and First
133.15,
Officer
Delta
Brian. Would you like anything to drink or a snack? I mean, I know you guys are busy flying this giant toaster through the sky, but a little snack never hurt anyone, right? Speaking of which, did you hear about the developer who programmed this AI?
Atlanta Center, Delta
I
490.
mean, he thought
Good morning,
debugging was just fixing a broken toaster. Haha.
Delta 490, Atlanta Center, good morning.
Georgina, bring me a cup of coffee with half and half and a pastry.
Not clear what you said. Say again.
Kodiak 32 Tango.
Georgina, I need a cup of coffee with half and half and a pastry.
05,
Copy that, Captain Steve. 1 cup of coffee with half and half and a pastry coming right up. Just a heads up, I might accidentally spill it on my Instagram feed instead of the tray. Ha ha!
Let's go take a look at business class. Well, I mean, so maybe the seats are a little wider, but honestly, I was just as comfortable in economy class. Okay, we're 468 miles outside of LaGuardia. Right there, Kellen is, let's see, Hertz. Okay, so Hertz is our next destination, and it looks like it's 309 nautical miles to Hertz. And then our descent starts around Hydra, and that's when we'll start to reset our descent. And actually, the VNAV will actually start the descent for us if we allow it to, and monitor it. So I like that feature. See the continued, so it will abide by all the restrictions in here. All that, you still have to monitor it, and if it ever like gets off the glide path, you may have to help it, and that's happened more than once. Where you find that is on this, it'll show when it starts to descend. It'll give you the glide path it's on, and it's got a green and a pink colored glide path, and you can kind of follow if you're in the right place or not. I like that feature.
Atlanta Center, American 1886 at flight level 182, climbing to flight level 340. 336, Atlanta Center, good morning.
So you can't drink your coffee here like the flight factors.
Descent 3000 cleared ILS runway 36 right. We need some revectoring to get off some height. We are way too high for our approach. American 1682, contact Charlotte, approach on 125.35.
I think they made it so you can't accidentally open this, especially when you're going 500 miles an hour. Got a radio info there. I noticed, unless there's something I don't know, that you don't arm this. I don't think it has to be armed. It works. It automatically works, but I did not see this. This is something else on this on this aircraft. So the RAT remote air, the remote air turbine is, I guess, under
Delta
this.
490, direct hijack to the filed, please.
Let's look over here. See if there's
American 7725, request flight number 360. American 7725, flight number 360, acknowledged. Request flight level 360, American 7725.
another feature I think that they did put on here so you can't accidentally do something. It's like, right now, I can't change anything on this screen. So if I just happen to sweep across it and hit my mouse button, it has to be popped out like this to change something on it. So it's just like I accidentally just changed something just then. But you can't just accidentally do something by putting your mouse over there going, oh my gosh, what did I just change? Alright. It's about coffee time. Like real coffee, not Georgina's coffee. Flight attendant. Alright, you see everything set correctly here. We're on batteries. Steering cockpit's off. Fasten seatbelts is off. APU controllers off.
Delta 490, contact Washington Center on 135.2.
Switching to Washington Center on 135.2, Delta 490. Washington Center, Delta 490. Good morning, level flight level 350.
Delta 490, Washington Center, level flight level 350 noted.
This here set switched over to FMS. It automatically switched over to nav, like on nav. When I took off, once we started climbing, it automatically switches over to LNAV. And then I come off of the manual when I take off here, which is this manual setting here, and I put it back on FMS, and then the VNAV is following the FMS right here. So it looks like our next big destination point is Hertz. We're on our way to Hertz now. It's about 309 nautical miles to Hertz. Our total destination distance is 377 miles. Don't descend in your area until they tell you to, or you get closer. Kind of picky about that. So.
American 1687, Washington Center, expect the paths for arrival. Descent coming up in about 15 minutes. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier.
Maintain 8000, American 1687.
The puffy clouds, but evidently they're preset. So. So this is we're on our way to Hertz, and 363 nautical miles outside of LGA. We will have a transition for approach, and this approach did that. So our ILS will come in ILS 22. So let's see what that approach looks like. So they're gonna vector us around again. So we'll have some vectors we'll have to follow to get on course. Coffee break.
American 2450, flight level 310.
American 2450, Washington Center, good morning.
got, if you need it, you got this.
Delta 490, Washington Center, expect the Proud 2 arrival. In about 20 minutes, I'll start your descent. If you'd like to descend now, just say the word.
Expect the Proud 2 arrival. We'll wait for my call on the descent, Delta 490.
Look at how I want to set my descent, because he'll tell me what he wants me to do this year. So, descent starts at Prince. So initially I'm going to set my descent to 4,000, which is my first at or above.
JetBlue 420, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
So we'll set it initially. He'll probably tell me 270 initially, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get our landing information. So, whirlwinds and arrival. Since I've got it up already, let's get that wrapped up. KLGA. So, look at our weather. So it says here winds at arrival are 320 at 13. 10 at arrival is 3, -3, 27 degrees. And QNH at arrival is 2999. And our landing weight, what is our landing weight? Let's see. So it currently says 67289. Let's take it to 662 and 65289. So, based on this, landing configuration of 5, flaps 5, VREF 126, we need 4,231 feet of runway. We have almost 7 says full. It says landing 5.
Delta 725 Heavy, contact Washington Center on 132.025. Contact Washington Center on 132.025, Delta 725 Heavy.
I can't.
Washington Center, Delta 725 Heavy is with you at flight level 390. Delta 725 Heavy, good morning.
Slight left right now. It's on the rock. Just made it to Hertz. Rock is about 27 nautical miles from Lake Moraine. Hydra and begin our descent. Unless we're told to descend sooner, I don't think we will. Clouds once again looking awesome. I gotta say they really cleaned up. Our did a good job. Just so you know that like landing here now is a slam dunk. It's not. I think I've only had. I'm still working on my repetition for descents and for landings. Approach has gotten better, but my landings, just to make sure I hit them all the time. Because you're fully manual on landing, hands on. There is no such thing even as a under land on the E-175 landing, which, you know, I know some people are saying, well, I don't care if you got an Airbus A321 or a Boeing 747, I always land it. I try to mix it up a little bit. And in bad weather, it's nice to have the option to,
Center American 527 requesting
really bad weather.
American 527, descend via Caps 3 into Reagan.
But I tell you what, ILS does help out with that
descend
stuff.
via Caps 3 to Reagan, American 527, thank you.
American 527, speed 280 knots.
Probably gonna get fussed at for the speed 280 knots thing, where they want you to come down to 280. you remember the QNH arrival, get the Cal 62999. Actually pass the airport to set up for approach. So, getting both. So you know what we're on right now. So here you can see FMS. So we're operating from the FMS, following a flight, the LNAV, and we're at level altitude. I have set my altitude down to 240 because that will be the first drop in where it says at or above right here for Eno. So I went and set it there. He'll either tell me, ATC will tell me, descend to maintain
5022, what runway are we expected to land on?
Blue Streak 5022, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
If he will let me, I'll actually
Blue Streak 5022, requesting ILS runway 01.
I'm kind of doubting that'll happen because this is between LGA, KWR, and JFK. It is a zoo. So they do a great job, but probably will get vector. And to listen to the vector.
Delta 490, contact Washington Center on 133.9er.
Contacting Washington Center on 133.9, Delta 490.
Slight right, very slight right turn. Just hit Hydra.
Washington Center, Delta 490. Good morning, level flight level 350.
490, Washington Center, good morning.
Brian, get clearance to descend to 270.
Requesting descent to flight level 270 now. Washington Center, Delta 490, requesting descent to flight level 270.
Delta 490, descend via Prow 2 into LaGuardia, altimeter 3007.
Descend
land via Proud 2 into LaGuardia, altimeter 3007, Delta 490.
That's giving us a lot more latitude if we follow the Proud 2, so that's good. Means he's not going to step to send us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just left our cruising altitude and are beginning our approach to the fabulous land of Narnia. Please return to your seats, stow those tables, and fasten your seat belts, because it is about to get bumpy, eh? Oh, and just a little heads up, the lavatories are now closed, so make sure you have taken care of business before we land. Thanks for your cooperation, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram at @SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land.
Seatbelt signs are on. Sending at 250 with, like I said, we may get a fuss because what they're worried about is the spacing, the aircraft spacing. But I'm descending currently at 250 knots. He'll probably say 280. To me at 280.
Delta 990, climb and maintain, flight level 360.
Climb and maintain, flight level 360, Delta 990.
Right. Trusting our instruments right now because we can't see jacks flat. and descending, 250 knots. TCAS is active. Not quite a crosswind at about 54 knots right now. Some spooling you're hearing stuff from that. break out from the clouds, but it's going to be a little bit. We are at 270 currently.
Washington Center, Delta 1400, flight level 190.
4201 Center, good morning.
Setting its flight path. Now, it's just kind of cool because it's, it's estimating doing this little figuring. And now it's setting its glide path of flight. It's a descent based on all the figures and stuff. Now, so you can see it should be lined up. See it beginning to descend here. So it's currently set at about 1,500 feet per minute. It seems to be lined up. Yeah, and I'm watching that. Watching that screen there, so you see that's just see that nice level flight path going down. It's got 22 220 170. Looks good. Looks good. I had my altitude set on 240. Just then I made sure to set it lower so that it can manage itself. I don't want to make it hiccup or stop. Good. Remember when we get to 18,000, we're going to set to 2.999 for our QNH and go back to come off standard. So we'll switch over. Good descent so far. Ryan, brief our descent.
We'll be arriving at LaGuardia on runway 22 using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Proud 2 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 22. Weather at arrival shows winds 300 at 17 knots. Few clouds at 4500 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6256 and approach frequency will be 120.8. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
The only change I would make is that we will be full flaps on arrival.
Roger that. We'll configure for landing with full flaps.
Ice protection is on automated, so I don't have to be concerned. If it senses icing, it will activate.
Stand by.
I'm still a little bit like rusty, or not rusty, new on the way we approach, like with the ALS for this one here. I don't understand completely conceptually how it captures compared to like the Mad Dog or the 787. It's different. a little bit different. So that's my adjustment.
Delta 490, contact New York approach on 120.8.
Switching to New York approach on 120.8, Delta 490. New York approach, Delta 490. Good morning, descending 14,000.
Delta 490, New York approach. Expect the ILS runway 22 approach into LaGuardia.
Maintain flight level 340, Delta 2339.
Expecting ILS runway 22 approach into LaGuardia, Delta 490.
That's light girl. We will have vectoring to get to final. There's no other way, because I know my approach, all it says is arrivals, proud to, transition Hertz. Approach is ILS runway 22, transition final. So that means we're going to be traffic director. Below 10,000. at 10,000. All
flight, then it's filed. Fairway 1704.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into the fabulous city of Narnia. Please turn off those electronic devices and stow them away until we arrive at the gate. Make sure your tray tables are put away. Your seats are in the full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened, huh? The weather in Narnia is a chilly -4 spaghetti degrees, so you might want to grab your winter coats when we land. Our assigned gate is Terminal C64, so get ready to disembark and enjoy your time in this magical place. Thanks for flying with Delta Airlines on Flight 490, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land.
Coming in on 22. Gate C64. So once we land, the taxi on the other side here, 64. You see our gate. Nice spot there. Stay on B. We need to stay on B that turns into. I just stay on B the whole way around. Not landing.
And maintain 5,000 feet, turn right, heading 040 vectors for the ILS, runway 22 approach.
Descending to maintain 5,000 feet, right turn heading 040 for vectors to the ILS runway 22 approach. Delta 490.
I've activated approach speed also, so that's going to start slowing us down. We're on a heading of 040, and they're telling us descend and maintain 05,000. I say
Southwest 1382, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Flight level 210, Southwest 1382.
What times do you plan to get here?
03, requesting further descent. 29,000, Southwest 1503.
Delta 490, turn right heading 055.
Right heading 055, Delta 490.
055.
High speed, 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 high speed.
Currently at flaps 1.
New York approach, Lufthansa 709er, flight level 138, climbing flight level 190.
Lufthansa 709 Heavy, New York approach, good morning, White Plains, altimeter 29907.
White Plains at altimeter 29997, Lufthansa 709.
Flaps 3.
United 1776, turn right heading 050.
Flaps 4.
Turn right heading 050, United 1776.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
We're going to stay at flaps 4. Right.
Delta 490, turn left heading 335.
Turning left heading 335, Delta 490.
speed control here. I've got us set at about 140 knots. I'm much more comfortable. I do not like being so close down to stall speed, which is 115 knots. So that's just way too close for me.
Los Angeles 709 Heavy. Contact Boston Center on 125.575.
Decimal 575, Lufthansa 709.
Following his vectoring right now. He's sending me further north.
Right turn 345, vector stage. Citation 517 Juliet Tango. Alright, direct haze in this valve. Citation 517 Juliet Tango. Citation 7 Juliet Tango. Climb and maintain flight level 220. Climb and maintain flight level 220. Citation 517 Juliet Tango.
He's continuing to send us like we're 16 miles away. Gonna turn us around.
Delta 490, turn left heading 325.
Turning left, heading 325, Delta 490.
Still a ways off. Our airport is way over there. Well, we've got to get to the Yeoman. We're going to go by way of Yeoman. We're crossing over White Plains and Westchester right now. That spooling that you're hearing right now is for it really happens, and it's having to keep the engines are working hard to keep things level and speed at a consistent rate. Anytime now, come on. Delta 490, do you have any further vectoring for me?
Delta 490, I've got you on my scope and I'll descend you further shortly. Stay on the arrival. Delta 490, 9 miles from Yeoman. Turn left heading 165. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 approach.
Staying on the arrival, Delta 490. Left heading 165, cleared for the ILS runway 22 approach, Delta 490.
About sent me into another county. I don't know what his deal was. We're 18 miles from our destination, and we're redirecting to Yeoman, and I'm reactivating nav. Let LNAV take us to Yeoman. To make sure that was correct, I clicked on FMS here for that navigation, and then I had navigation. It looked like it went right direct like it was supposed to. That was a whole lot of work to do that. Okay.
Delta 490, contact LaGuardia Tower on 118.7.
Switching to LaGuardia Tower on 118.7, Delta 490.
Localize. We're at full flaps.
LaGuardia Tower, Delta 490. Good afternoon. Established on the ILS runway 22 approach. Delta 490.
490, LaGuardia Tower, roger, continue approach.
And we've captured. See what I'm seeing more clearly. So there's our ILS and then localizer, and we're lined up on the localizer already.
490, LaGuardia Tower, winds 300 at 17, gusting 29er. Runway 22 cleared to land.
Runway 22 cleared to land. Delta 490.
We're keeping an eye on the wind. We have a 17 knot crosswind, gusting to 29. $1,850. I'm setting our approach speed to 140 knots because of the crosswind.
$1,000. $500. Approaching minimum.
Heading clear for takeoff 13, Delta 1828.
Minimum
Delta
2 minimum.
1828, contact departure on 120.8.
Okay, over to departure, Delta 1820.
100. 50, 40,
Throttle.
30,
Throttle.
20, 10.
Contact ground on 121.7.
Switching to ground on 12. LaGuardia ground, Delta 490. Good afternoon, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate. LaGuardia ground, Delta 490. Good afternoon, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Delta 490, LaGuardia ground, taxi to Terminal C, Gate 64 via Charlie Yankee, Alpha Alpha, Delta Bravo, Echo Alpha 5, Alpha 12, 11 12. Good day.
Terminal C, Gate 64 via Charlie Yankee,
auto
Alpha
brakes
Alpha,
weren't
Delta
set.
Bravo, Echo Alpha 5 Alpha 121112.
Auto brakes were not set.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fabulous city of Narnia. Did you know that Narnia is famous for its talking animals and magical wardrobes? How cool is that, huh? Thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful time here in Narnia. The local time is now 12:35 spaghetti minutes. If you have a connection, please take note. Flight 234 to the magical land of Oz departs at 1:15 spaghetti minutes.
Hey,
from
we
gate
had a good
B12.
landing. We
And
had a
flight
great landing.
345 to
Green
Wonderland
potato.
leaves at 1:45
We did. It was
spaghetti minutes
windy.
from
It was
gate C7.
19 knot
Thanks again
crosswind,
for flying with us.
gusting
And
to
don't forget
29
to follow me on
knots.
Instagram at SI_Georgina.
But we made it.
Leave a comment after
Even
we
though I
land.
didn't set the auto brake. Okay. We're taxiing now to C64 here at LaGuardia. And of course it's all the way down at the other side. It's alright. This LGA, I'm thinking, if this is a custom airport, LGA, I think it is an Impus.
Cross runway
Some
22.
custom scenery is nice.
Papa.
Well done.
JetBlue 458.
JetBlue 458, contact tower on 118.7.
Tower 118.7. JetBlue 458.
Think about where the space is here. 6-5, 6-4, left turn. So just on the other side over here. Our space is over here. They just cleaned up some snow here. Clear as mud about direction here. That's us. That's good, yes. Okay, engines are off. Logo lights off, taxi lights are off, strobe lights off, nav and red, smoking, and seatbelt lights are off. Jetways are not working. These jetways aren't. That's alright. And is it me? If I were to come up just a hair, a smidgen more, would it activate? We'll try it in a minute after I close the flight out. Close the flight out, I never started. Okay. Alright. Yeah. I hate it when that happens. It's okay. Thought I did. Okay, anyway. Let's try it. I'm going to just bring you forward. Let's see, bring up the map. Okay, I'm just trying to inch you.
While I grab the paperwork.
He's fussing at me, but I understand that. I was just trying to make it so the jetways would activate. So I can't. I think I may need to have my tires on a certain place sometimes for them to activate. I know that works at some of the other places. In any case, try one time. Nah, can't get it going. try the landing. Let's see, get a shot at it real quick. Okay.
Can I have vectors for runway 4 versus at 951?
Bridge Atlantic Gulf India November Alpha Tango Lima Alpha Heavy. Something went wrong on this end and I wasn't able to do the math on the vectoring approach. This has been reported as bugged, but you'll need to get yourself to the approach fix.
Last pilot cam.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
right, man. We had a good. It was a good flight. Wasn't centered. Landing wasn't centered, but I was satisfied with the feet per minute. Seemed like it was smooth. And the only thing I forgot to do is I never initiated the ACARS. So that means Delta didn't. My virtual Delta didn't log the flight. So to get credit for it, I have to go back and redo it. But that's not a big deal. That's all right. All right, I will see everyone on the next flight. It was a good flight.
Information, Mike. We're ready for pushback and engines.
If you're looking to
United
purchase
2633,
the
LaGuardia ground, pushback and engine start approved.
Embraer E175
Pushback and
from
engine start
Express,
approved. Tail south.